Hey everybody, it's Brandon the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and I am here once again on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas for a weekend sailing staying in stateroom 9338. Now this room is one of the hump balcony rooms, so I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek of it, but that means that it's also right here by the entrance to the aft elevator. So if you want to be close to elevators, this is a great room. You can see that even the room shape or the way that the hallway is, it kind of bumps out a little bit here, so you can see how the room is going to shape out. Very close again to that aft elevator. Get a little bit more noise. This weekend has not been as bad as last weekend. Last weekend those were certainly some party people waking me up several times because I had a room at the very forward portion in a similar room, but wanted to give you a tour of Junior Suite 9338. All right, welcome to Junior Suite 9338. You'll see that it is that classic Junior Suite setup where you've got the windows on the left and the slider very straightforward when you walk into the cabin. We are looking at Independence of the Seas today here in Coco Cay. We've been with Odyssey a lot, but now Independence has taken over the 3 and 4 night sailings out of Port Canaveral. So we are very glad to have her in port with us this weekend. She couldn't make it last weekend actually because of bad weather. She didn't get a chance to dock in Coco Cay. So you'll see that it is also debarkation day. So this is the last day of our sailing. I've got my instructions on the bed. This bed has slept really comfortable for me. But one thing that I think of in, reviewing and giving you a tour of these rooms is my room last weekend was freezing cold. I loved it. I could turn it all the way down and I'd have to bump it back a little bit. This room has been running on the hot side. I cannot seem to get it cool enough, and I'm sleeping with just a sheet. So the air conditioning and heating elements are different based on the room that you're going to be in. I have seen people complain or, mention that to guest services. I'm not necessarily sure if they can come and fix it. I haven't mentioned it because I just didn't think it was worth it. But this room would have been nice a little bit cooler. You see that phone does have the USB charger beside of it. I need to do a test on that just to see how quickly it charges. It is extremely, extremely slow. We've also got I call this a 4-person couch in this room, which came in extremely handy on this cruise. Our weather has been pretty bad. We had a sea day yesterday on Saturday, and so I watched my iPad the entire day because the weather outside was rainy, windy, and on the cooler side. So I watched an entire season on my iPad, laying on the couch, laying on the bed. So that 2-person seat would not have come in very handy that you've seen in other videos, but that 4-person couch was wonderful. I've also got my green sitting chair here. I haven't used it at all this trip. And you've got my, I'll call it my mixers and elixirs sitting over here that I use on that shelf. Let me know in the comments what you all are using this shelf for. This is just what I found, but I'm always curious. It's a bit of a random space I found. You then behind have the entire desk and storage configuration over here. It does come with the Lavazza coffee maker. You can see that I have used it as always. I enjoy making that cafe crema, plugging it in, pressing that top button, and making some espresso here in the room, especially yesterday on that rainy and just kind of miserable day at sea. Honestly, that was a really good benefit. Here is your chiller down at the bottom with the double opening, which I always find awkward, and you're gonna have glass storage up above. There is an interesting post online regarding the TV, so I'm gonna call that out. So the TV does have HDMI connections. You can see the different words here. I'll get those cords out of the way for you. But you see that there are different things that you can plug into the TV. So if you're traveling with kids, for instance, and you want to bring a gaming console, something like that, you can bring that with you. Even a Google Chromecast should work on it. But the key somebody mentioned was that you got to make sure that you have a remote that's going to work for this TV. So make sure that you're bringing a universal remote that you can somehow or another work with the TV. I have not found any buttons on the TV that allow you to change the channel. You do have the remote here, but it's not really going to allow you to work with whatever it is you bring. And I don't see like a source or anything like that to change where you're getting your channels from. Storage, as always, in the side of the mirrors. Again, I don't use it for much. If you guys are using that storage, also let me know. I'm not sure what you would put in there. And you've got your plugs. I know people are a big fan of. How many plugs does it come with? You've got 2 US and your light switch for the vanity mirror. And you've got 1 European plug over here and your announcement channel. Make sure that that is always in the off position. Hair dryers, if you haven't found it, it's normally hidden in this drawer here at the front. And similar to the air conditioning units, I would say the hair dryers on these ships are not all created equal. This one has been amazing. It's got good wind speed to it, and it actually gets really hot. The one that I had last weekend was one of the older black models, and it did not get the job done. My arm was tired, and I don't even have that long of hair to be drying. The closet space with your safe, super easy to operate. They've got instructions right on the front of it. So if you need to know how to do that, you can always just read the instructions. If you forget your password, no worries. Security has a universal key that they can stick in it, and they can unlock that for you. If you're looking for your thermometer, I did mention the air. This is where you're going to come to adjust this. Traditionally, I do have it all the way down, except last weekend when I had that wonderful room that would get good and cold for me. Here is the front entrance where we came in through. You see that I did utilize my robe on yesterday's rainy and miserable day. That is hung up on the 2 hooks right behind your front door. And you've got that junior suite walk-in closet. That is probably one of my favorite features of the junior suite. Plenty of storage space for anything. Shelving, if you like to see what you've got. I put things in drawers, and honestly, I forget what I brought. If I can't see it, I'm not gonna wear it. You've got the full-length mirror here. Hey, everybody. So you can see what you're dressing up for. We do not have formal nights on a 3-night sailing. We have, I think they call it smart choice or dress your best. It's a 3-night sailing. Don't overthink it. Just wear whatever's going to make you comfortable. But if you want to step it up a little bit, you are more than welcome to do that. Nobody's going to say anything to you, regardless of what you wear. There's 4 hooks here on the back of the door. This is also a good place for your robes or just those wet towels. The towels will sometimes slip off, so I don't always use them. I just put them back on the rack. Storage in the mirror on both sides here as well. So this side, it's interesting. The right side, I learned, is bigger than the left side. Things I learned while, walking you guys through these things. You've got the 2 glasses over there, but if you come over to my actual storage section, you see that it is much smaller. And then you've got the classic junior suite tub, shower nozzle up above, and that large ledge to get into. And storage, of course, down below for your toiletry bags. And you've got a trash can in there with the sanitary throwaway or disposals on the other side. Now, walking out to everybody's favorite portion, or I'm actually just going to come see it. Last time I walked outside, the camera fogged up really bad on me with the temperature change from the inside to the outside. So that didn't work out too well, but I'll give it to you from the inside version. You've got the 2 lounge chairs over there. I love sitting in those. And you've got the 2 chairs on the right-hand side here. I did like the configuration in my last room a little bit better where these were both up against that clear wall on the other side. It gives you a better visibility or line of sight directly outside, so I'm not looking at the back of the chair. And it just makes it easier to walk out. I don't have this, more narrow space, but I can really, navigate outside without a problem. So walking out, I'll show you what I mean by it being on the hump. So if you look down, you can see that you stick out, so you're going to be hanging off the ship and gives you amazing views of the water when you're sailing. You can get great wind here, or in yesterday's case, I got really good rain when I tried leaning outside to see what was going on. And you can see Coco Cay down there as well. That is where we are today. It is a beautiful day here, which is much needed after yesterday's washout of a day. But some people do like these bump out balconies. I mean, honestly, I just love being on a ship. The rooms don't feel that much bigger to me. The balcony doesn't feel that much bigger to me because, as you saw when we were standing in the hallway, the hull actually comes out some. So it's not that you just bump out and the hallway stays in the same spot. The entire room configuration moves out to make this happen. And you can see the fly bridge down there. So we are all the way in the aft or rear section of the ship. So that is Junior Suite Stateroom 9338 here on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. Hope you enjoyed seeing this bump out balcony, and this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on a Weekend Cruise soon.